when the work needs to get done with that type of professional, whether it's, an attorney, a physician, or even somebody who's leading a construction site or petroleum oil and drillers, these are people that are just in their DNA doers. But you're talking about getting into more of the being side, getting into what's not necessarily seen. There's not an app I can buy. There's not a pair of shoes. There's not a new computer that's going to make it better or transformed. It's within. So
Yes.
how do you break that ground? How do you get in there?
Yeah. Well, for most doers, they recognize that their ability to do is commiserate with the quality of the relationships that they are in. So in other words, they get that they are only as successful as their ability to influence and communicate well with others. Now, they might not be thinking that right away, but the moment I bring that up, like, okay, you've got problems to solve, you have things to do. The truth is you don't live in a vacuum. You don't create in a vacuum. You're in a system, and everything's happening in relationship with other people. Everything's happening via the medium of communication. Now, everyone's like, yeah, that's right. So then it's like, well, then it would behoove you to be exceptional at this medium. Because if you can get this right, then you're really not leaving things to chance. You can get more done, right? And so you want to be exceptional here. Nobody argues that. Nobody argues that. But then when I take individuals, teams, leaders through the journey to understand what the heck this really is, how this really works, and that equation that gives rise to effective communication, a lot of it comes from self, right? The way we show up in communication is an effect of a lot of the stuff going on inside of us.
Yeah.
Now, in order to get somebody to see that, I have to blow their minds first about the neuroscience of communication and the neuroscience of trust. And what's so fascinating to me, Seth, is, a lot's been discovered about the neurobiology of communication, and particularly rejection. And that, to me, this was discovered in 2003, and I find it just mind-blowing that we're not talking about it more because of how fundamental.
You mean the death sentence
of rejection? Yeah. It's wild to me that, we're not factoring in the science of this, because when you understand how a human is wired and you understand how that wiring influences all aspects of our communication, then we recognize, wow, I can be very purposeful and intentional, and I can be really effective even in those moments I thought it was supposed to be hard. No, actually, I get how this works. To get somebody bought into that process, that's fast. And then it doesn't take long at all for them to see, the stuff going on in me is influencing how I'm showing up in communication. Okay, well, yes, I must. Okay, yeah, let me go in a little deeper because I want to get this right. So at the end of the day, it really is answering the question, why would you, what's this for the sake of, right? We do this deeper work, and it's not even scary deep work. It's really quite eye-opening. We're taking a good hard look at this, of the mental scaffolding that we've created as a result of the experiences and the lenses that we hold, the habits we hold that give rise to our experience. Right now, that's all in service. That's all for the sake of being wildly effective with others. So you can innovate more, you can create more. And there's just more peace of mind too, way less stress.
Well, I mean, that's the payoff, the peace of mind. These are great insights. And to our audience, if you like these gems as much as I do, and there's more to come, please leave a like on the video, make a comment, and subscribe. Stay in touch for future content like this. I also want to hear from you. I want to hear your comments and your stories, and, what you have in the workplace or areas of communication that you've been able to improve upon or overcome some challenges. Share us in the comments. This is where we can grow as a community.